Hi guys, today I'm showing you books I recently bought. So this book haul has the wonderful title Retail Therapy because I bought these books the day after I found out that my rent is going up by quite a lot. Obviously, if I know I'm gonna be spending a lot more money every month on my rent next year, I just spend money on books. That's just a totally normal reaction, isn't it? Thankfully, these were used books, so it didn't cost me as much as if all of these were new. And they are all in really great condition, and I'm just really happy. Some of them have been on my wish list for a really long time, and I just put them there someday because I felt like I was interested in them, but then I just don't remember what they are about. You know how I roll. It's nothing new, and I think we should just get into it. So first I have The Midnight Thief by Olivia Blackburn. This is definitely one of the books that has been on my wish list for a really long time. I do not know what this is about at all. I just know that this hardcover was really cheap, and as I said, it has been on my wish list for a long time. I mean, the cover is not that special, but the font is cool and you can feel the font. I really like that. And just, I like the different shades of blue. I mean, I don't know how it ever got onto my wish list because I don't really remember any booktuber talking about this. I don't remember there being any hype about it. I'm pretty sure it is YA fantasy, but I'm thinking I just don't want to read the synopsis at all. I just kind of want to pick it up at some point randomly and just kind of dive into it without any expectations, without any hype, without any kind of knowledge of what it is about, and I'm just hoping that it's gonna be a good experience. Next I have Marisai by Maria Turchaninov. This is actually a German translation because the author is, I want to say Finnish? Something Scandinavian. I heard about this book first on Benjamin of Tome's channel, but I'm also pretty sure Maddie and B from Heartful of Books talked about this. I decided to just get it in the German translation because the reason why I read English books is because I just don't want to read the German translation of them. But if the book is already in a different language, then it kind of doesn't really make that much sense for me to read the English translation. It's another one where I don't really know what it is about. I know it has a female protagonist that I think is living with nuns. I think it has magic, but all I remember is that when Ben talked about this in a video a few months back, it's been a while, I was so intrigued by this immediately. I think it's gonna be an interesting read. Then I have The Goddess Test by Amy Carter, and to be quite honest, this is basically 90% cover buy. I know the first time I saw this somewhere on BookTube, I was like, I want this. This is pretty. And you might argue with me about that because I know many people just don't like people on books. I kind of like it. I kind of like the colors and just the arrangement. I know a bit more about this than I knew about the other two books. This is a mythology retelling. Don't ask me of which kind of mythology story because that's something I don't have any idea of. Also, I rarely read anything inspired by mythology. It's just not something I enjoy a lot. But I do think that the overall premise sounds interesting. Probably will be really cliche. I mean, sometimes trashy is good, and I just like the cover, and I'm just thinking it will be something out of my comfort zone a little bit. So who knows, maybe I end up enjoying it because I rarely read mythology, because I don't have any expectations. I have heard mixed feelings about it, but I think most of the people are people that have a lot of knowledge about mythology. So who knows, maybe I'll end up enjoying this more than other people. Next I have Picture Perfect by Holly Smale. This is the third book in the Geek Girl series, and I'm so excited to finally have a copy of this. I find these covers like okay. I mean, they fit the story, but it's not something where I'm like, oh my god, I have to own these books because they are so pretty. I just kind of want to own the books because I really enjoyed the series so far. And also, I'm just not willing to pay like €7 for a Kindle edition. That's just too much money for a ebook. But this, you know, cost me like €3 or €4 now, and I thought, okay, I now own it and I can finally read it. It might just take me until summer to read this, quite honestly. Like spring, summer, I think is just a perfect timing to read Geek Girl, but who knows, I might just be super in the mood for it and just start reading it. I have really just fallen in love with the story and the main character, and I'm just really interested to see where the story is going and to kind of just see the main character grow up, you know, and just kind of learn more and experience more. I think it's gonna be really great, and you might have already spotted this cute little sticker there that says signed by the author. I actually bought a used copy and got a signed copy. This is the first ever signed book I ever own, like from anyone ever. I have a signed Victoria Schwab bookmark, which I won in a giveaway once, but this is the first signed book I have. I don't really think that overall a signature is something that I, find really like amazing. It's always just cool if you have a memory attached to it because you've met the author and then you got your book signed. But it's just really amazing to me that I just bought a used copy for a few euros and it is a signed copy. That's just kind of cool to me. Otherwise, I don't really like look out for signed copies because they don't really mean anything to me. But that's just kind of a cool coincidence. Then I have The Glittering Court by Richelle Mead in this beautiful hardback. I just kind of absolutely love this cover. It really reminds me of this selection, and not only the cover, but just the general feeling of this book. This is a YA fantasy. All I know is that this is about a school in which impoverished girls kind of learn to be more upper class. That sounds really offensive. Great. Oh, I just thought that there's probably gonna be some really horrible girl fighting jealousy shit, which is one of my least favorite things to read about ever. Anyway, I'm probably still gonna enjoy it for its tropes, for its cliches. I have heard mixed things about it, but I am still really excited. I think I kind of know what to expect from it and to go into it with more of a feeling like the selection, where I just really enjoyed it for what it was. And finally, I have the one book that I'm probably most excited about in this haul, and that is The Winner's Curse by Marie Rudkowski. I just have been wanting to read this book basically since it came out, and now the trilogy has just recently been completely published. Like, the third book came out a few months ago, and that's just crazy to me. Like, it's just another sign of how fast time passes. I mean, the cover is absolutely gorgeous. This edition has deckled edges, which I know some people don't like, but this is one of my favorite things, and I think it fits the style of this book really well. Also, when I, unboxed my box, I saw that it was blurbed by Christine Kishore, which obviously makes this even more amazing and almost makes me have too high hopes. I know that the main character in this one is not our typical YA really good at fighting female character, but she's more someone who uses her kind of, pretty dresses to kind of trick people into trusting her, things like that. Often we have like these YA girls that are just for some reason really strong in a physical way, and I feel like this main character is a little different from that, which I find really refreshing, and I heard many people say that it is really refreshing. I'm just really excited about this. I'm really hoping I will love this. It's just so pretty. And this was my retail therapy book haul. Definitely let me know if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them, or if you plan on reading any of these books. I am really excited. This is definitely a super great haul in which I feel like I want to pick up all of these books right now. So that's great, but also that's scary because I can't pick up all of them at the same time. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you soon.